The shocking truth about papaya, life-saving tips for seniors. Papaya, a golden fruit that many of us grew up with on the breakfast table, praised for its sweetness and gentle touch on digestion. Doctors call it nature's enzyme booster, families call it comfort, and many seniors believe it's the safest fruit they can eat every single day. But here's the shocking truth few people ever hear. When combined with the wrong foods or eaten carelessly, papaya can quietly backfire. It can upset your stomach instead of soothing it, interfere with your blood sugar instead of balancing it, and in rare but real cases, even trigger risks that make hospital visits necessary. Imagine this. Something meant to protect you in your golden years, suddenly working against you. And the worst part? Most people have no idea what these hidden mistakes are. But don't let this turn into fear, because the beauty of papaya is that once you understand how to enjoy it wisely, it becomes one of the most powerful daily allies for your heart, your digestion, your memory, and even your peaceful sleep. In today's journey together, we'll uncover both sides of papaya, the life-giving benefits and the dangerous pitfalls, and I'll show you simple ways to let this fruit truly support your health after 60. So before we begin, I invite you, subscribe to this channel, share this video with someone who loves papaya as much as you do, and stay with me until the very end. Because the last mistake I'll reveal is so common, yet so risky, it might just change the way you eat forever. Now let's start not with fear, but with why papaya still matters so much for your health after 60. Now let's start not with fear, but with why papaya still matters so much for your health after 60. After 60, the body begins to whisper changes that are easy to overlook, but powerful in their impact. Hormones shift, circulation slows, and the digestive system no longer processes meals with the same effortless ease it once did. Muscles and joints grow stiffer, inflammation becomes more common, and even the nervous system responds differently to stress, often leaving sleep more fragile. None of this means you are broken, weak, or failing. It is simply the natural rhythm of aging. Your body is still on your side, but it now asks for gentler support, the kind that works with its new pace instead of against it. This is where papaya quietly steps in as a golden ally. At first glance, it looks like just another tropical fruit, but inside it carries papain, a unique enzyme that acts almost like nature's assistant for digestion. For older adults who often experience slower metabolism or bloating, this gentle help can feel like a relief. Its fiber encourages regularity, easing discomfort that so many quietly endure. And beyond digestion, papaya offers a bouquet of antioxidants, vitamin C, carotenoids, and flavonoids that help soothe inflammation, protect memory, and support heart health. It does not promise miracles, but it does provide steady companionship to the body as it moves into its wiser years. Imagine for a moment a simple scene. An elderly gentleman, once skeptical about changing his diet, begins adding a small bowl of ripe papaya to his breakfast each morning. At first, he notices nothing unusual, but within weeks, he remarks with quiet surprise that his joints feel less stiff when he rises from bed. His digestion feels calmer, and even his mood seems lighter. He doesn't call it a miracle. He simply calls it helpful. That is the quiet magic of papaya. Not instant transformation, but small, reliable shifts that add up to greater comfort in daily life. Still, there is another side to this golden fruit. Because while papaya can be a friend, certain habits and food choices can weaken or even reverse its gentle power. If turmeric was our earlier golden spice with hidden traps, papaya too has companions and enemies. So if papaya is a gentle ally, the next question is clear. Which foods secretly weaken its effect, and which quietly help it shine brighter? Let's uncover those hidden traps first. Many seniors assume that once papaya is on their plate, they are automatically safe, that its benefits are guaranteed no matter what. But just as a gentle breeze can be disrupted by sudden gusts, papaya's quiet power can be weakened, sometimes without you even realizing it. There are 3 common traps that silently work against its healing support. Trap number 1: processed sugars and sweetened treats. Papaya already contains natural sweetness in perfect balance with fiber and antioxidants. But when paired with heavy desserts, cakes, sweetened yogurts, or sugary toppings, the body's response shifts. Instead of calming digestion, the papaya becomes lost in a storm of glucose spikes. Seniors often describe it as feeling sluggish or bloated, despite eating something healthy. Imagine an older woman who sprinkles extra sugar over her papaya slices each morning, thinking she is enhancing the flavor. Weeks later, she wonders why her energy dips after breakfast and why cramps return at night. The truth is that refined sugar overpowers papaya's natural balance, leaving the body struggling instead of healing. Trap number 2: overly salty meals. Salt has always been a quiet companion in American kitchens, but after 60, the body grows more sensitive to its pull. Excess sodium not only raises blood pressure but also drains minerals like potassium, one of papaya's strongest gifts. Papaya provides gentle hydration and electrolytes that soothe muscles and prevent cramps. Yet a heavily salted dinner the night before can undo that benefit by morning. Picture an elderly couple enjoying canned soups or salted snacks in the evening, followed by papaya for dessert. They believe the fruit will balance their health, but the hidden salt quietly cancels much of papaya's restorative touch. The body feels the tension, legs that cramp more easily, joints that ache more often, and a sense of restlessness at night. Trap 3: heavy, greasy fried foods. Perhaps the most silent trap of all: fried foods. After 60, digestion naturally slows, and high-fat fried meals weigh heavily on the stomach. Papaya, though rich in enzymes, cannot always rescue the system from that burden. Instead of feeling light and nourished, many seniors describe discomfort, bloating, or heartburn. Imagine a grandfather who loves fried chicken dinners. He tries to be healthy by finishing his meal with papaya, yet the fruit struggles in an environment thick with grease, unable to release its full potential. Over time, he concludes that papaya doesn't really help, but in truth, it is not the fruit failing him. It is the hidden weight of fried foods that prevents its healing work. These 3 traps are not about fear. They are about awareness. None of them mean you must give up the foods you love forever. It simply means choosing balance, enjoying a small sweet on occasion, seasoning with care, or savoring fried foods in moderation allows papaya to step forward and do its work. And when these traps are avoided, something beautiful happens. Papaya's benefits are magnified. Digestion feels smoother, inflammation eases, and muscles recover with more strength. This is where the fruit begins to feel less like a simple snack and more like a steady companion in your journey through aging. But if these hidden traps can weaken papaya, then what foods can actually lift it higher? Which companions allow papaya to shine with its full healing strength? In the next part, we will discover the three golden partners that turn this humble fruit into a true daily ally. After hearing about the hidden traps, you might feel cautious. But let's not stop there. Papaya is not meant to be guarded like a fragile treasure. It's meant to be shared, enjoyed, and celebrated. When paired with the right foods, its natural gifts bloom even brighter, like a gentle song finding harmony. These are the three golden partners that transform papaya into a daily ally for vibrant health. Partner Sprecher 1. A squeeze of fresh lemon. Sometimes the simplest touch is the most powerful. A small squeeze of fresh lemon over ripe papaya doesn't just awaken the flavor, it multiplies the impact. Lemon adds vitamin C and natural acidity that helps the body absorb antioxidants more efficiently. For seniors, this means less strain on digestion and a cleaner, lighter feeling after meals. Imagine a widowed grandfather who eats his morning papaya in silence. The fruit is sweet, but it feels routine, almost ordinary. One morning, his daughter visits and squeezes lemon across the slices. He takes a bite, and the brightness lifts not only his taste buds, but his mood. It becomes a ritual, papaya with lemon, served on a quiet porch, a reminder that small choices can revive both body and spirit. Partner number 2. Gentle yogurt with live cultures. Papaya's enzymes already soothe the gut, but when paired with yogurt rich in probiotics, it becomes a full orchestra of digestive support. The probiotics repair the gut lining, while papaya enzymes break down proteins into absorbable nutrients. Together, they bring balance, especially for seniors who struggle with bloating or irregularity. Think of an older woman in her late 70s who battled years of stomach discomfort. Doctors gave her medications, but the relief was brief. Then she began a simple morning bowl: diced papaya, a spoon of plain yogurt, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. Within weeks, her body felt calmer, her appetite steadier. What she discovered was not a complicated treatment. It was the partnership of papaya and probiotics quietly working in harmony. Partner number 3. A handful of seeds and nuts. Papaya alone offers fiber and enzymes, but when you add seeds and nuts like chia, flax, or even almonds, you create a balance of healthy fats, protein, and micronutrients that sustain energy for hours. Seniors often struggle with energy crashes in the late afternoon, yet this simple combination stabilizes blood sugar and provides lasting fuel. Picture a retired couple taking an afternoon walk. They used to feel tired halfway through, sitting down on park benches more than they wanted. Then, their daughter suggested a snack: papaya cubes sprinkled with ground flax seed and a few almonds. Suddenly, walks became longer, their pace stronger, and conversations livelier. The fruit wasn't just food anymore. It was fuel for life's simple joys. These three partners, lemon, yogurt, and seeds, are more than ingredients. They are reminders that healing doesn't always require complex formulas or expensive supplements. Often, it's the thoughtful pairing of nature's gifts that unlocks vitality. When seniors discover this truth, papaya stops being just a fruit and becomes a daily friend, capable of protecting, energizing, and comforting in ways that feel gentle yet profound. But here's the surprising truth. Even the best partners can't protect you from certain mistakes. And some of these mistakes don't just reduce papaya's benefits, they can create real risks if overlooked. In the next part, we'll uncover the hidden dangers to avoid, including one that could be life-threatening if ignored. Papaya can be a golden key to longevity, but only if handled wisely. For every gift nature offers, there are shadows waiting for the careless. Too many people assume that because a food is natural, it must be safe in all forms and in every amount. The truth is harsher. Papaya, when misunderstood, can backfire. And for seniors with fragile health, these mistakes can tip the balance from healing to harm. Mistake number 1, overeating in the name of health. It is easy to think, if one slice is good, then 3 or 4 must be better. But papaya is rich in natural sugars. For someone living with prediabetes or unstable blood sugar, large portions can trigger unexpected spikes. Instead of gentle energy, it brings dizziness, fatigue, and even mood swings. Imagine an older man determined to lower his cholesterol naturally. He begins eating half a papaya every evening, convinced it will cleanse his body. But after weeks, he notices episodes of weakness and blurred vision. His doctor reveals his blood sugar has been quietly rising. The very fruit he trusted was becoming a hidden enemy, not because it was bad, but because too much of a good thing is still too much. Mistake number 2, eating it green without guidance. Unripe papaya is harder, less sweet, and filled with compounds that can irritate the stomach. In traditional medicine, green papaya is used carefully, often cooked or fermented. But when eaten raw and unripe, it can lead to stomach upset, cramping, or diarrhea. Seniors with sensitive digestion may suffer the most. Picture a grandmother at a family barbecue. She sees a dish of shredded green papaya salad, colorful and inviting. She takes a generous serving, charmed by its crunch. That night, however, she lies awake, her stomach twisting. What was meant to be refreshing turned into hours of discomfort. The lesson: unripe papaya has its place, but not without knowledge, preparation, and caution. Mistake number 3, ignoring allergic reactions. Though rare, some people are allergic to papaya or its enzymes. The warning signs, itching in the mouth, swelling of the lips, or even a rash, are often dismissed as just a coincidence. But allergies can escalate quickly. For seniors with weaker immune defenses, the risk is more serious. One retired teacher remembers her first reaction vividly. After enjoying a fruit salad with papaya, she felt her throat tighten slightly. She brushed it off. Weeks later, at a church potluck, she ate papaya again, and the reaction worsened, forcing a rushed visit to the emergency room. What seemed minor at first was a silent alarm her body was ringing. Allergies don't whisper forever. Mistake number 4, forgetting medication interactions. This is perhaps the most hidden danger of all. Papaya, especially its seeds, may thin the blood slightly. For those on medications like warfarin or aspirin, this can magnify the effect, raising the risk of bruising or bleeding. Papaya also interacts with certain blood pressure and diabetes medications, shifting the body's balance in ways that even doctors don't always anticipate. A Vietnam veteran in his 70s learned this the hard way. He had been prescribed blood thinners after a mild stroke. Believing in natural healing, He added papaya seeds to his morning smoothie. At first he felt great, lighter, more energetic. But within a month, unexplained bruises appeared across his arms. Tests revealed his blood had become dangerously thin. What he thought was a harmless choice nearly became life-threatening. Mistake the Drvumpfev. Trusting supplements more than the fruit. The market today overflows with papaya extract pills, papaya enzyme tablets, and powders promising effortless health. But these concentrated forms can overwhelm the body, especially in seniors whose liver and kidneys work more slowly. Supplements lack the natural balance of fiber, water, and nutrients that the whole fruit provides. A widow in her 80s ordered papaya enzyme tablets online, persuaded by glowing reviews. She doubled the recommended dose, believing it would strengthen her digestion. Instead, she ended up with painful acid reflux, forcing her to abandon meals she once enjoyed. When she switched back to a few slices of fresh papaya each morning, her stomach calmed. The lesson was simple but profound. Trust the fruit more than the capsule. The bigger picture. All these mistakes share one truth. The line between medicine and poison is thin, and it is drawn by awareness. Papaya itself is not dangerous, but ignorance is. For seniors whose bodies respond more sensitively, this awareness is life-saving. When eaten wisely, in moderation, fully ripe, with attention to personal health conditions, papaya is an extraordinary ally. But when consumed blindly, it can become a hidden trap. So where does this leave us? Should seniors fear papaya or embrace it? The answer is neither simple rejection nor blind trust. In the final part, we will bring everything together. How to enjoy papaya daily in a way that is safe, healing, and profoundly life-affirming. After the warnings and stories, you may be asking, so what now? Should I eat papaya, or should I leave it aside? The truth is, papaya does not belong in the category of forbidden foods. It belongs in the category of wise foods, those that reveal their power only when we approach them with respect, balance, and intention. For seniors, the greatest gift papaya can offer is not in a single bite or in a sudden miracle. Its gift lives in the gentle rhythm of daily life, the slow, steady rituals that calm the body, nourish the heart, and rebuild strength without fanfare. Morning ritual. Awakening the body. Imagine beginning your morning not with stress, but with color. On your plate rests a small portion of ripe papaya, soft orange flesh, glistening with natural sweetness. Paired with a spoon of yogurt or a handful of oats, it becomes more than fruit. It becomes a message to your body. Today, we begin gently. Today, we nourish, not rush. Papaya's enzymes help your digestion wake up without heaviness. The fiber steadies your blood sugar after a night's rest. The vitamin C whispers to your immune system, like sunlight to a sleepy garden. For an older couple who adopted this ritual, mornings stopped being battles with indigestion or sluggishness. Instead, breakfast became a quiet ceremony, papaya, tea, and a few minutes of calm conversation. These are not small things. They are the building blocks of resilience. Afternoon pause, cooling the fire. By midday, the body often feels tired. Some reach for coffee or sweets, hoping for energy. But for seniors, these quick fixes often lead to crashes. Here, papaya offers another role: refreshment without regret. A small bowl of chilled papaya cubes, maybe with a squeeze of lime, can lower inflammation and provide hydration. Unlike heavy snacks, it leaves you light. Unlike caffeine, it does not rob your sleep later. One retired nurse described how she replaced her afternoon cookie habit with papaya. At first, she missed the crunch. But soon, she noticed something remarkable. The joint stiffness in her hands softened. Her evening appetite became more balanced, and her nights grew calmer. The body speaks quietly when we change, but its gratitude is unmistakable. Evening ritual. Closing the day, the evening is sacred. For many seniors, it is the time when loneliness or worry creeps in. Food here is not only about nutrition, it is about comfort, peace, and preparation for rest. Papaya fits beautifully as part of a light, soothing supper. A few slices alongside warm chamomile tea, or blended gently into a smoothie with banana and almond milk, can help digestion settle. Its magnesium content supports relaxation, while the natural sweetness satisfies without burden. For a widower who struggled with sleepless nights, creating this small evening ritual was transformative. He would prepare his papaya, sit by the window as the sun lowered, and allow himself to slow down. Soon, he discovered that sleep came more easily, not because papaya was a sleeping pill, but because it became the anchor of a calming rhythm. The rule of balance. What matters is not perfection, but consistency. You don't need papaya every day, nor must you eat it in large amounts. What matters is weaving it naturally into your routine, just enough to remind your body of its healing rhythm without overwhelming it. Think of it as music. A single note repeated too often becomes noise, but placed carefully in a melody, it becomes beauty. Papaya is one note in your song of health. Gentle, steady, and in harmony with other foods, movements, and moments of rest. A simple guideline for seniors. Portion. 1 to 2 cup to 1 cup per serving is usually enough. Timing. Morning or evening is best. Avoid eating large amounts right before bedtime. Combination. Pair with protein, yogurt, nuts, for blood sugar balance, or with calming teas at night. Awareness. Notice how your body responds. Energy, digestion, sleep, and adjust. These guidelines are not rules to fear, but invitations to listen more closely to your own body. Stories of quiet victory. Across the world, seniors are discovering that papaya is less about exotic nutrition and more about ordinary miracles. A grandmother in Florida began adding small papaya servings to her breakfasts. Within months, her chronic constipation eased. She smiled one day, saying, "I no longer dread my mornings. I feel lighter." Meanwhile, a veteran in California used papaya as part of his evening routine. Paired with herbal tea, it replaced his habit of late-night snacking. The result? He woke up without the heavy bloating that had plagued him for years. These are not dramatic stories. They are quiet victories, the kind that matter most in later life. Closing the circle. When we began this journey, we looked at papaya as a fruit. Now we see it as something more, a daily companion, a gentle ally, a piece of life's rhythm. The final truth is simple. Papaya is not a miracle cure. It will not erase decades overnight. But in its softness, in its balance, it can become part of your healing story. Day by day, slice by slice, it helps you write a future where age does not mean decline, but quiet strength. And so we arrive at the heart of this journey. Not papaya itself, but the hope it represents. Because if one simple fruit can change the rhythm of your days, imagine what else is possible. In our closing, I want to leave you with a gentle promise and a heartfelt invitation. As we close, I want to leave you with a gentle truth. Papaya is not a miracle. It will not erase every ache, nor will it suddenly turn back the years. But used with care, with balance, with love, it can become part of something far greater. It can become a rhythm of health that carries you forward, day after day. Think of it this way. Each slice of papaya is like a small promise you make to yourself. A promise to be kind to your body. A promise to choose nourishment over neglect. A promise to believe that age can still be golden. Your journey does not have to be dramatic. Healing is not about giant leaps. It is about quiet steps repeated with faith. A morning fruit, an afternoon pause, an evening ritual. These are the threads that weave a new chapter of strength and peace. And here is my gentle promise to you. If you give your body these small gifts, it will respond. Not overnight, not with fireworks, but with steady, grateful change. A lighter morning, a calmer night, a clearer sense of hope. If this message touched you, I invite you to keep walking with us. Subscribe so you won't miss the next story. Share this video with someone you love who may need this encouragement. And leave a comment. Tell us how papaya or any gentle ritual has touched your life, because your golden years deserve golden health.